Imagine a candlelit dinner with soft singing underneath the moonlight and the person you love or care about the most. Now picture all of this on the water canals of Venice, Italy, on a gondola, a small boat used to traverse the city of Venice. This can happen in only one of the most romantic cities in the world, Venice, Italy. But you better hurry before Venice sinks into the Mediterranean Sea. Hi, my name is Sean Conroy, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Venice's history, its attraction sites, and its most famous water canals. So, let's start with the interesting history of Venice, Italy. Unique in its many ways, Venice came to be after the fall of the Roman Empire. Through the 9th through 12th centuries, Venice developed into a city-state, growing larger and amassing large churches and beautiful architecture. Venice became a major trade center between Western Europe, the Byzantine Empire, along with the Islamic world, so it has many imported arts, clothing, and other goods to sell, making it a great place to shop in its open markets. The history of the Venice Carnival tradition began after 1162. The first documented dates of this celebration were 1268, and this is when they started using the most famous mass that everyone hears and sees about. During the 20th century, when many artesian wells were sunk into the lagoon to draw water for local industry, Venice began to subside. Some recent studies have said that Venice is no longer sinking, but the fix is only temporary and is only meant to last 100 years. Now that we know some of the history of Venice, let's talk about some of the fantastic sights there are to see. Italy has many sights to see, and Venice has many of them. One of the most famous piazzas or plazas in the world is here in Venice, and it is called St. Mark's Square, or Piazza San Marco. St. Mark's Square has many shopping stores, as well as vendors selling everything from food to shirts to corn to feed the thousands of pigeons that flock here every day. Venice can be seen by walking. This is true because there are no cars in Venice. Any point in the city can be reached by foot along the banks of the canals, on the paved streets, through the neighborhood squares, and over the 400 or so canal bridges. Lido is a popular beach resort located in Venice and is visited by thousands of tourists every year. Another famous sight to see is the Bridge of Sighs. It is called this because when prisoners would cross it, their last sight would be of the beautiful city of Venice before being imprisoned. A great church to see is St. Mark's Basilica, located in St. Mark's Square. The church has many great paintings on its walls as well as its roof. Now that we've talked about the famous sights of Venice, let's talk about the famous water canals. The water canals of Venice are famous worldwide and make Venice the city it is today. Venice is built on 122 islands, formed by about 150 canals in a shallow lagoon. The islands on which the city are built are connected by about 400 bridges. When traveling on water through the many canals, tourists take the famous gondolas, even though there are fewer than 400 of these left today. Also, a main mass transporter of the water canals are water taxis. Now that we have talked about the history, the sights, and the famous water canals of Venice, Italy, you can see why it is such a great vacation spot. The history of Venice, Italy is a long one, since it has been around since the end of the Roman Empire. Venice has many historical and beautiful sights and attractions as well. It also has one of the biggest parties around that happens a week before Mardi Gras, and this is called the Carnival. Along with all of this, seeing the architectural influence of many cultures and empires is a sight to see as well. Famous water canals, along with the gondolas of Venice, will forever be famous thanks to the romantic media attention placed on them. All in all, Venice, Italy would be a great vacation spot for anyone, from the history buff to the newlyweds, or even the occasional traveler. Enjoy the walking, the historical sites, and the history of one of the most beautiful and romantic cities in the world. Thank you.